Dónal Daly here from the R.A.P Music Podcast. This month, me and Conor Maguire getting you deep dives on the Prophets of Rage album, talking about new music from Artspire, talking about Ginger Wildheart's new project, Mutation, the most recent Queens of the Stone Age album, notably produced by Mark Ronson. We're talking about RSO, we're talking about JMP and other acronyms. Will you hear another podcast this month that talks about supergroups, Bring Me the Horizon, Street Sweeper Social Club, Crazy Frog, and Ibiza, all in the one episode? No, you will not. Only on Red Acre Productions. Keep hanging about our Facebook. We've got loads more content coming up. Next month, we promise you, we'll get you deep dives on Turbowolf, Bronx, Darkness, and Marmozets, and all the usual shite about Megadeth, Metallica, and Mastodon. But for now, we'll leave you with this month's episode. Enjoy.
Check this out. Master! Let the little life of a boss play.
Good evening, everyone. You are very welcome back to the Red Acre Music Podcast. Conor Maguire and Dónal Daly here in the studio for you tonight. Gonna be getting into it, deep diving on some metal releases. Not too many metal releases for me. I'm looking down my list here and it's all rock bands. So there'll be discussion of both tonight as ever. Probably get lost along the way a few times, no doubt, in fact. So we're just chilling here in the studio. Both have fucking horrendous days in work. Do not want to talk about it. We need to get into some metal. So what we're doing is we're listening to the top 10 underrated Megadeth tunes, which is available on the Red Acre Promotions Spotify. Mm-hmm. Is it not?
It is fucking indeed.
Happy days. Maguire has been taking it upon himself to fucking craft these playlists for you out of pure metal. He's down here with fucking goggles on and welding torch out, like, because he's fucking messing about with that much metal.
Yeah. Pure
So
rocky
who have you done so
fucking
far? Give us the fucking rundown.
So far, first one I had to lead with was Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, okay.
Has a universal favourite. After that, of course, is the vanity ones. I had to do Metallica and I had to do Megadeth.
Your two favourites.
Has to be fucking done. Has to be done.
And
that
then,
was
and
was
then
so
oh,
the hardest.
and then
Yeah. Next up, we've got Black Sabbath coming up.
oh, is it not launched yet?
Not yet.
Now, has it not launched because you're toying with that playlist?
No, I am happy with that playlist.
Is that's set?
That's set.
So I've seen it. I won't give too much away.
No.
I won't give anything away.
You have questioned a few things out of it, but I
Maybe
like that.
we'll give one away before the end of the show.
I think, oh yeah. I think
You can give away number 2. You
Yes.
don't have to give the number 1 spot.
No, number
You
one.
have to get in.
It's
Yeah. That's
it.
locked down. So you get that on. And how do people access Red Acre's Spotify?
All you have to do is once you're on Spotify is just type in Red Acre Productions and you'll see you'll go straight through and our playlists are there waiting for you.
That's not me being a fucking marketing guy. I just don't know how to fucking use Spotify yet. Like, really.
No, it's one of those things that it seems to be picking up the last wee while. And again, because we
Or
use
Spotify or just Spotify in general?
in general,
All right.
like the way we utilize things like MixCloud where we can put up these
Yeah,
podcasts, it's the same way. A lot of more people are stretching out. So I thought, why not fucking we talk the talk so much. Let's have another way of proving it. So our love for metal runs fucking deep.
We
in
would
here,
supply
so
the
it's good.
content,
Oh yes.
and then people can either choose to consume it or not.
Hopefully not the latter.
Well, I think I'm going to have to try my hand at crafting a couple of these lists myself. These are sort of things that you have in your head, but you never fucking do anything about. Like,
Well, now that the ideas are for you and on the table, suggestions from yourself and anyone else listening that has some ideas for this, where they would honestly take it. Because I personally have some ideas like bands such as The Doors or Red Hot Chili Peppers or, again, like Ozzy, just on his own, or even, I could sit there for even Boston if needs be. Or so what kind of things would you like to see, or what could you...
well, I would be
go for?
thinking, like, straight up off the bat,
Yeah.
top 10 underrated guitar players. Because
You're taking the... Yeah, absolutely.
there's just a lot of shit hot players in history who don't get their due.
Are we going to start doing like top 10 underrated drummers? Get a wee feature?
Well, they would definitely have to kick
I like
off with
that.
lead guitarists.
Oh God, and then singers.
No,
Or-
well, I don't underrated drummers. I don't know shit about drumming, so I'd probably just do my 10 favorite drummers. I know who my top 3 are, so that's that.
Go for it.
settled
Who's your
anyway.
top 3?
Okay, so
And have you seen them live? There's another thing.
no, I haven't seen any of them live.
Okay, who's
Fuck
your top
them.
3?
Thank you,
In order,
thank you
or-
for making me realise that. That's
Well, here,
a fucking brilliant start.
I think
that.
my top 3 I don't think I've seen either, so it's alright.
Right, so my top 3 drummers of all time
Yeah.
are Mitch Mitchell, Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Okay.
Fucking seriously unappreciated what he does to those songs. Like, he fucking proper lifts them.
Anything you could mention to check out?
It's just like the fill. It's just like everything all the time.
Was he featured on the Woodstock DVD? Just as I don't
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
familiar.
No, I don't think it was Mitch Mitchell by the time of Woodstock. I could be completely wrong. Don't quote me on that.
Cool.
But was he not already starting to fuck about with like Band of Gypsies at that stage? Is that not when the bongo players and all came into the?
Again, you'd need
So
to
I
check.
think Mitch might have been gone at that point.
So he's 3, I'm guessing.
Well, no,
On the list.
these aren't in any order.
Okay.
But these are my 3 favorite drummers.
Okay.
Jimmy Chamberlain, Smashing Pumpkins.
Okay.
What he does on Starla is a fucking joke. Like, it breaks down so fucking beautiful and ambient and dreamy. You know that fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Shoegaze that they incorporate sometimes. And like, they bring it down and then he's just popping along with his hands, like fucking just getting all over the toms and all. And it's just
Bottom style there.
yeah,
That's
he's
pretty cool.
fucking brilliant. And then Rich Battersby of the Wild Hearts. It is criminal how underrated that man is. Like,
The one of 2 bands that always seems to get plugged is between
they're
Wild Hearts and Macedon seems to be here as
man,
well.
the Wild Hearts are my favourite. You will hear about them probably every time I'm on here. Do yourself a favour if you're listening and you're like, who the fuck are the Wild Hearts? Like, I will try. I'll do some fucking content. I'll get a fucking Spotify playlist together.
There you go.
See, the thing
Wild
is,
Hearts.
once you talk about the Wild Hearts, then you talk about Ginger, and the whole thing fucking spirals, and you're covering 18 different. Like, do you remember the time I tried to do
Prolific, basically.
big time, big songwriters, like, and like Man C trying to get it condensed into 2 hours for Belfast Underground that time, when I still had my radio show up there, like,
Yeah.
but it was so fucking hard, like, trying to get across everything that's fucking good about their songwriting in 2 hours was nearly fucking impossible. That's still available though. Fucking maybe I'll go back to that and then pull some playlists out of that. Pull the
See what you can
playlist out
find,
of
yeah.
that, and that's as good a primer as anybody. But I don't know. I mean, maybe that'll be a good thing for people to get out of this show.
Go
Fucking
for it.
hear about bands that they don't hear about.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
Like, that's what's good about some of the fucking metal content that's out there on YouTube at the minute. Like, it's covering some stuff that I would simply have never heard about. Like,
Yeah, it brings back kind of that. Even talking to people there in work about having to send off cassettes to people. I remember you get some random rare like Megadeth or Metallica shows. You'd have it downloaded or you taped them or something, and then you'd find people through pen pals and forums online. It was fucking brilliant, and actually send off a few tapes, get back. Half the time you get ones back, and the record of this poor, it's like 10th generation tape or something. And
yeah.
but it was kind of cool. You'd say get people like handwritten their fucking mixes and stuff. It was kind of cool, but none of that. It's completely fucking
No.
off it now.
No, there's that whole analog shit is done. Oh, do you know what we're called?
What?
So, you know the way there's Generation Xers and there's Millennials.
What are we supposed to be called then?
Well, I think we're technically.
Remember, I think there's a bit of an age gap though.
Well, the thing is, Millennials are obviously supposed to be people that have been born since 2000, right? And have lived in the smartphone era, right?
Yeah.
Basically. And then Generation Xers were the fucking 80s, 90s kids, right? But then what they're. I just read this is a real stupid story that I like. So what about the people that were born without the smartphones but that have had to adapt to it,
Yeah.
right? And they call them Xennials.
Exennials.
Fucking terrible.
I don't know. In my head, I could see that it kind of works. I don't know
No,
why.
it's fucking
what
shit.
age?
We don't need words for all these fucking things. Like, these fucking words just exist, I think, for people to write fucking news stories about, get clicks. But what the fuck it should be writing about is metal.
Bringing up again, used the term post-millennial for, I don't like saying the naughties.
Do you know, it's like saying the naughties.
I don't like
fucking
saying it.
hell, man. I call them the
fucking hate
naughty naughties.
No, I
because
don't
of how fucking bold metal was during that period.
That's why I don't want to say
Didn't do anything
naughties.
fucking good. Well, like, I like new metal. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. That's my jam. Like, but I wasn't into it at the time. You know, I came to that fucking later on. It's just because it's such fucking big fucking childish fun.
We've gone too far here. You have to still give us your other pick for drummers.
No, I haven't. I named
you
them
not?
all.
You believe me
You're
on?
fucking. You've obviously forgotten.
No.
Mitch Mitchell, Jimmy Chamberlain, and Rich Battersby. I'm the bastard.
I'm bastard. Right.
Forgetful head. This is why we need to get Crangle back in here.
For no taking.
Yeah, the fucking whipping boy of Red Acre, like sitting in the fucking corner.
Because usually one time I have one eye looking down at my notepad and one eye staring at you while we're doing this kind of thing. So I was just half fucking. Well, for me, for my own sake, on that, actually, I'll remove one from the top list just because we'll be here for fucking ages.
What are you trying to write down?
For top threes for drummers.
Oh, do you not know?
No, I have them now.
Who are they?
I'll have to do it in from 1 to 3, basically.
Okay.
Because if you start fucking a 3, it's just going to start shit. So number 1 is Bonham.
Okay.
John Bonham has
Obviously.
to be number 1. Again, for an example, Kelly's Last Stand, just check that shit out to be happy as fuck.
I think you mention that every single podcast.
I could do.
I don't think I've listened to it in about 2 years, so I really must do that.
Fucking epic, boy. Epic. Number 2 on that list is definitely Nick Menza, former Megadeth. Fucking brilliant drummer. And out of that, I would say Poison Was the Cure. Maybe check that out because it's quite fucking fast. Time changes are insane on that. And number 3, I don't give a fuck. It's Lars Ulrich.
I suspected that. Then I was like, no. I was thinking
when he was solid, he was fucking solid.
Well, it's super effective, you know.
See, when he hangs back, like anything from like the Load era and everything, it's on purpose. It fucking works. You don't need that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I'm not going to even mention.
Well, trouble naming like Lars my favorite, definitely.
A Lars track.
No, just like calling him my favorite drummer. I couldn't do that. Like, but I'm not a hater.
That's good.
I'm not a
That's
fucking hater. Like, no way.
Because it's a condition of being in the studio. To be honest,
I think he's in an unfair sort of position as well because like he's part of the Big Four, and then look at the talent in the Big Four. They're like
there's a lot of comments about that, and it shouldn't even be the Big Four. To be honest, it should be like
Lombardo.
Big Six.
And then I have no idea what the fuck you call Anthrax's drummer.
I can't even remember myself.
Well, then
Anthrax is always a grey area for me.
Yeah, I don't listen to Anthrax,
but I'm always just like
no.
Too many people. Again, with Megadeth as well, too many people came and went. But Megadeth lineup, I can remember because everyone got a fucking showcase in different songs.
Yeah, got a crack of the whip.
Exactly. So they're more memorable. Fucking, I can round them off. Slayer, they had Paul Bostaph, fucking Dave Lombardo, and I can't remember the name of the guy now. I think it's Paul Bostaph again.
He's
back and forth.
Yeah. Well, Lombardo is just
He's a beast.
So good. I was actually listening to his recent project there, but fuck, I don't know if I'm sold on it. Dead Cross. So
yes.
Him on drums, 2 fucking shit hot players on guitar and bass. I have no idea who they are. They come from some sort of fucked up speed metal band or something. Don't quote me on any of this details.
You don't read. It's alright.
But the frontman's Mike Patton from Faith No More.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I'm not completely swayed by it, but okay.
Well, I'm just saying, it's definitely interesting. It's probably good, but I just haven't been able to devote the time to it.
See, that's not. By the way, that's not a knock to anything Patton's done. I'm not usually a big fan of when it comes to supergroup kind of things because then you're sitting there going like either you're completely swaying me away from the original band that I like, or you're trying to tell me that there's like is this a hint that there's not going to be the main band anymore?
Man, I might be about to break your heart here,
It's
but
okay.
like I fucking love a good supergroup. Nothing gets me more fucking pumped, right? And you know when you see in a magazine and it's like, okay, so these 5 shit hot players are going to get together and put out this fucking tribute album to some late great guitar player.
That's a wee bit different,
right? But then you're just sitting there and like you're just hearing what it might sound like in your head for months, and that's what that's what gets my fucking dick hard. Like, do you know what I mean? Just that anticipation. Now, yes, is it sometimes shit? Obviously, sometimes all things are shit. You know what I mean? Not to get all zen on you, but you know, but sometimes it's fucking great.
Like obviously, there's things like Probot and stuff that works.
Probot's
not about
great,
but generally, I'm just like, nah, I don't know.
No,
it reminds me of too much of like. I think we brought this up maybe one time before, but the supergroup one that was on VH1 with Scott Ian and fucking Cat Scratch Fever. What the fuck you call him?
Ted Nugent.
Yeah, Nugent.
What the
fucking
fuck was
Anthrax.
this?
Yeah, it was like a supergroup thing with them and fucking Jason Bonham and all playing with them, and Sebastian Bach was singing. It just reminds me too much of those kind of shows. These thrown together fucking bands.
Nah, that's terrible. Well, look, you can sort of smell when one's thrown together a mile away. Like, there's been definitely been some cool ones over the years. There was a cool one called Axewound. Did you hear of Axewound?
Axewound.
Axewound.
Axe or X?
Axewound, like a fucking wound
Axe.
from a fucking giant axe. Like, and So that was Liam Cormier from the Cancer Bats, the boy that plays guitar in Bullet for My Valentine.
What's the Cancer Bats Black Sabbath thing that got going at the minute? What's that?
Bat
about?
Sabbath. I think you ask me about this every show. Oh my god. Right.
Unanswered question.
They just fucking sometimes change their name to Bat Sabbath and do an all Black Sabbath set.
That's okay.
That's I'm assuming it's fucking awesome. Well, I've heard studio tracks, but like live must be insane. Cancer Bats are fucking.
And Zach's doing Zach Sabbath at the minute.
Yes, and then he's back in Ozzy's band. You'd be buzzing for that.
I've only saw him playing with Ozzy once. It was fucking brilliant. But at the time, I wasn't a really big Black Sabbath Black Label Society fan, so I kind of ignored. Kind of, I used to hate all the pinch harmonics every 2 seconds, and there was a lot of pinch harmonics that show.
A lot.
But pretty fucking good. It was a Black Rain tour. It was fucking decent. But I would love to see them now. Because obviously he's going to do double duty like he did to that. He did BLS first and then break for 20 minutes and then Ozzy came on with Zach. So if he does the same thing, I'd love to see some new BLS shit now to appreciate what he actually has been doing.
But did he not just put out another solo album? Was that what the story was? Or
that was the...
Is it a Black Label Society acoustic album?
No, that was part of just his own separate thing he did. He did the Book of Shadows, the first one.
Because you know, when it comes to Zach Wilde, like, I'm a hater. Like,
yeah.
Big time.
I forgive you.
I am a hater, like... But I like is Pride and Glory. What is that to him? That's a solo project.
That's just a solo project, yeah.
Yeah, I think. Do they just have the one album? Like there's
I think they only had the one album. Again,
I think
someone
it's the
correct me,
opening
please.
track and that is all banjo, and then he fucking lets her rip, and it's. I'll give him that. It is awesome, and as I always tell you, Stillborn's awesome, but they've just never done it for me. Otherwise, like, and plus I'm just too much of a hater on that. That guy.
Yeah. Because there was a lull.
There
was a lull period where he just did the same shit for years. To be honest,
no. So step back a bit.
Yep.
Axe Wound was Liam Cormier, Matt Tuck from Bullet for My Valentine. Don't hate.
No, I don't hate.
I hate on Bullet for My Valentine, but he's cool in this context, and I'll explain why in a second. I've no idea who the bass player was. I've no idea who the other guitar.
As in, you don't know their names. You know what bands they came from?
Nope.
Okay.
I have no idea who the other guitar player was.
Everyone else fill in the blanks.
And the drummer was Jason Bolt from Pitch Shifter, who also was mentioned recently on Red Acre because he puts in such a stellar turn on the CJ Wildheart solo albums. But this Axe Wound album, I don't know. There's just one tune on it, right? And it's just I just think it's one of the most fucking metal things I've ever heard. Like, it's called Exor Christ, right?
Exor Christ.
It's called the Exor Christ, okay? And it's about the reverse process of an exorcism where you're trying to cast Christ out of the body and put a demon in. And I was just like, oh my god, I need to burn a pentagram into something right now.
This is the kind of shit people used to slag us in school for listening to. They're like, oh, that's that kind of shit. It's like, nah.
But sure, man, that's fucking awesome.
It's very metal,
that
to be
is
honest.
super metal.
But
metal. It was cool in that band because you have Liam Cormier obviously up front screaming.
Sounds like a power metal album.
No, it wasn't power metal. You fucking wise. So he's up front screaming like a fucking, proper, giving it the hardcore Cancer Bats treatment, and then
the power metal treatment.
Matt Tuck fucking jumps in and carries the wee chorus bit, and you're just like, maybe Bullet for My Valentine could be good if you would fucking
would follow suit.
Yeah, just I don't know, incorporate more of the core and less of the metal. I don't know. I'm not. Look, we're not going to fix Bullet for My Valentine on this podcast.
No,
not today and not ever.
With your suggestion, do you remember what happened with Trivium doing a Crusade, and they followed more on the fucking?
But then they've even turned around again now and nearly sounded like a classic metal band.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I went through like
that
3 or 4
Silence
different
in the
sides.
Snow is a fucking tune, though. I'll give them that. But like they only ever seem to have like one stormer on an album, and then the rest is just nah.
Yeah.
So, but like I'm not too bothered with Trivium. Like fucking doesn't affect me too badly. Fuck.
Right, that's aside for now.
What are we going to get into next?
What have you got?
Well, got a long list of stuff to talk through, as I'm sure you have as well. So probably before the end of the night, you'll be hearing about, providing we don't get too carried away at some point and have to cut everything short. The Bronx, the Prophets of Rage, the Marmosettes, Turbo Wolf, Art Spire, Tony Visconti, The Darkness, Mutation, Queens of Stone Age, RSO, and the Joshua Middleton Project. Fuck, I hope that's his name.
Well, I'll tell you what, while you've got that in key, give us a run through. What's this all about?
Right, well, the JMP, the Josh Middleton project, don't know why I gave him his full Joshua there, but here we all are. So he's a guitar player for oh God, I was nearly about to say that terribly wrong. He is the guitar player for Silosis, so we're like a fucking tech thrash band who fucking real heavy vocals and just a lot of very, very serious riffing going on, sweep picking, fucking all that, hyper shredder, like very, very talented geezer. So this is a solo album. It's called JMP, the Josh Middleton Project. And it just looks like a fucking guitar nerd's wet dream. Like they're all, seem to be all very long compositions. But would you agree with me, Conor, from having watched the one track that's available on YouTube, which is I think called Hollowed Out Planetoid? So super sci-fi. That's fucking awesome. But would you agree with me that this is not like a hyper fucking shred wankathon? Like this is very, very cool sort of progressive instrumental guitar rock.
I would say one thing. It's definitely thought out.
You think so?
Definitely. Which I'm not trying to knock him either. I enjoyed what I heard because it's one of those
we
kind of
love
things.
to see a bit of brains
Yeah,
going
yeah.
into our fucking metal. Like
To me, I just sitting there going, as a fucking, I love me some rhythm guitar, and I think that's what it was lacking. It needed a wee bit more of a, wee bit more balls behind it for me.
so
to
more
pick
of
it
a
up.
thumping rhythm section, maybe.
Yeah,
See, this is one thing I worry about sometimes. Actually,
because he can't. When the lead shit comes in, not a
he can
bother.
go.
But it'd be just as interesting when you hear like dynamics and stuff, when like Pantera stuff, the fucking groove is going on in the background while a solo's going on. They kind of fucking
So you're
go
saying
with
don't
it.
drop the groove.
No,
But I like how it's spacey, and as you say, there was the fucking milk bottle
Yeah,
effect
the wee
going
milk bottle, yeah.
on, and like it's very spacey, and there's like what is it, synths? Is that like atmospherics
Yeah.
and stuff going on? But like I don't know, it seems like it's probably like a Mastodon record without any vocals.
yes, no.
That's what it seems like to me.
With the inclusion of so many different solo techniques and different instruments brought in, do you think because that was that used because it covers more range, or do you think it's more of a chance to throw fucking everything in one go to get everyone's attention? What do you
I
think?
don't know. I just think it's songwriting. I think it's he wanted that to be quiet.
It sounds
and
organic
different,
enough.
and it sounds spacey and psychedelic and
Yeah.
big. So I think that's the effect that he was going for. I think that was like one of the more dreamy parts of the track. Like, but I like. Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
His tone, I have to say, is very clear, very fucking.
Yeah, he's
Cuts.
awesome. Like, but. Do you know what it is? I don't know where I was going with that now. But I'm psyched to hear the whole record. Really psyched. Like, I think it's probably a really good, like a journey sort of album. You know, like so there's going to be start to finish. I think we're going to be hearing maybe some repeated repeated guitar themes in different songs.
I
and
love
all
that
that sort of
kind of
stuff. Real conceptual sort of tie itself together. And I think we've only scratched the surface on the sort of the sonics that are going to be going on.
That song, what placement on the album is it? Do you know? Is that track one or?
I don't know, to tell you the truth. I really don't know.
I don't know if that would. Again, my own thing. It has potential to be an album opener, but in my head, I think it'd be nice. It's maybe like the
the
side
middle
two kind
somewhere,
of thing.
yeah.
The flip side.
So maybe have some more straightforward shit up front.
Oh yeah,
And
something
then-
catchy.
Yeah. You could be on something. Well, I think it's until fucking today happened and I fucking lost loads of my budget. I think we should go halfers on it, get it, and do a fucking deep dive Red Acre review on it. Like
Just get over a fine tooth comb.
or long, like we did for fucking Mastodon.
If it's worthy.
But
If
that
it's
will
worthy.
mean we've got our money's worth out of it, whether we like it or not. We
If
get
not,
ourselves some good content out of
Either
it.
it's gonna get an hour thrashing, or it's gonna be fucking amazing.
What if why can't I talk tonight? Ugh. What if one of us loves it
And one of us hates it.
and one of us hates it?
Well, it's yet to happen, has it? Well, we get a bit of friction every so often. But
We
that's-
do when we
yeah.
get there, but like we're normally on the same page.
Yeah,
Well, look, I would be psyched to buy that, or for anybody that has it to send me it.
that would be awesome as well. Anyone?
Just to get a listen, because the fucking Pirate Bay is being really slack. I'm only joking.
No,
We would of
okay.
course be paying for it. Like,
Of course.
of course we would be paying for it, as you all should always pay for all music. Even if you can only afford a wee Spotify account, I suppose it's better than nothing.
It's something.
But they do get screwed big time there,
Oh,
don't they? Like,
Jesus.
the numbers are fucking horrendous. Like, and you can't even do that thing where you just keep listening to it on a loop anymore.
No.
Somehow they
know.
knock
Yeah.
that out of the park. Bastards.
But here, there's
Look,
the signal.
Josh Middleton project. Definitely, we're gonna come back to this.
Yes.
I think, because
For now, I-
Silos.
Out of 5.
What do you mean
Out of 5.
for that tune?
I give it about 3.5.
I give it a solid 4. You know what I mean? It fucking takes you on a bit of a journey. There's a lot of fucking stylish guitar playing going, but it never gets wanky.
No.
It's always tasteful, which I think is.
And I think it's WA free.
Well, that's fucking. Hopefully, breaks the wah out a bit later on, because I love me some wah.
Well, here's something for you.
Boom! Is that for the new laptop?
Could be.
Ooh.
Yeah. If you lose it, go ahead.
Oh my god! So he's just handed me a Turbo Wolf sticker, and I couldn't be any more fucking juiced to have got this, because I just have a new
That's
computer.
from the. That's when they opened for Royal Blood.
Brilliant gig.
Very
I
good.
was horrified to miss.
But
I would love to see Turbo Wolf.
fucking
Well-
class.
They are on Big D's list tonight.
And what have you got on it?
Well, fucking very little, to tell you the truth. But
Scram it together.
Turbo Wolf will always have a fucking place on my list. But it's just that the new album should be incoming soon. It's finished. I don't know what fucking stage of the boring shit, like fucking getting contracts signed and fucking making CDs and printing covers and writing thank you. I don't know where we're at with all that.
Okay.
But that's gonna be fucking sick. Did you hear what he said about it?
No.
He says that Andy, I can't remember which is which. The guitar player and the singer are called Chris and Andy. And the singer was like, there's one tune where Andy's guitar tone sounds like he's trying to fit the whole of the 1980s through a letterbox. And I was just like, I have absolutely no idea
That's a
what that
bold
would sound
statement.
like, but
They
it
are.
sounds fucking brilliant.
They are really fucking great live.
They are really
Definitely.
fucking fresh,
Definitely worth it.
Technicolor, fucking voodoo. I fucking dig Turbo Wolf, like, big time. They are definitely one of the bands of the last few years.
Yeah. One of the only bands I've actually seen the last few years. Now, I'm not as prolific with them. So, I mean, the biggest thing I remember was things like Solid Gold and stuff were fucking catchy as fuck on the night. And how loud they were, especially bass-wise and stuff, with all the
Yeah.
effects was kind of fucking cool. But
The bass sound is huge.
fucking brilliant. Definitely worth checking out. But it's one of the only bands over the last couple of years that I've wanted to try and follow or keep with after seeing them live. Most times here in Ireland, at metal gigs, you get a couple of the same local bands playing, and after a while you're sitting there going, oh, I've seen them, Psychosis I think it is, I've seen them a few times. Not knocking them, great fucking band, but when you start seeing the same bands as the openers, you start going, do you know what, I've seen that opening band, I'll just go for another pint here and I'll pop in at the end.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be like that, but
No, we shouldn't,
Nature of
but
the
we're
game.
fucking busy people,
that's it,
unfortunately.
nature of the game.
But look, that, Turbo Wolf deserve a much, much larger section of this podcast, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Everyone should go and get both their albums right now, and even that Sneaky Covers EP they released that time.
Yes, I like that.
I am
What was-
proud to
what was
fucking
that?
say I have a fucking CD copy of. I just bought it when it came out, and I wasn't thinking, but I think it's fucking pretty hard to get now.
Yeah.
So
I've tried looking for it a few times because
They,
it never pops up.
they're just so cool. Is that fair to say? Like, they're just fucking cool as shit. Like,
I think that's right.
or are they gloriously uncool? That's the question I had to always
No,
ask
no,
myself,
no,
because
no,
what
no,
I
no.
think is fucking cool is generally not regarded as being fucking cool, but I think it's fucking cool to be in a fucking ripping rock band and be fucking like, man, Rabbit's Foot getting played on Radio 1, that is fucking mental. Like,
Times are changing.
you know what I mean? Like, that would just, that's so heavy on the way out. You know, the back end of that tune is just like fucking real headbanging riff.
Like, what have been right the last 10 years or so, maybe from like 2005 onwards, doesn't count, because we have things like the Thrash Can all over here on Krang Radio on weekend nights and stuff. That doesn't count. On actual radio, what would have been like the heaviest song you would have heard? Because the heaviest song I remember ever hearing just on the radio just would have been something like Enter Sandman. Would have been like the heaviest thing going.
I will say that because it was a fucking event at the time, and for whatever weird fucking reason I happened to hear it live, because you know I don't fucking listen to the radio.
No.
I mean, I'm flat out trying to produce my own radio show, but I just don't fucking
In
want...
Uri, it's completely different when it
No,
comes to the
but Radio 1, when Dan P. Carter took over the lunchtime show for Rock Week, so you had all rock tunes during the day, right? He debuted Bring Me the Horizon, Shadow Moses, and played it twice back to back obviously with the swearing cut. But like, do you know it? It's got a really fucking filthy drop A riff, and it's just fucking proper heavy, and he just screams the word fuck a few times randomly in it. But that's when they were good.
Yes.
I told you before not to look at me like that when I say Bring Me the Horizon, because they were good for that one album cycle.
Yeah, there was a raised eyebrow for a second.
They got fucking Terry Date in. He whipped them into shape.
Fucking Date.
You know what I mean? Date is fucking the man's magic. He was on the Wild Hearts early stuff. He done Pantera. What else?
Man,
Terry
the work
Date
he
got
did
into.
recently on the new Slayer album, Repentless, is fucking brilliant.
But he's Soundgarden. That's the one I was thinking
Yes,
of. Do you know what I mean? Limp Bizkit, for better or worse.
Compared to other people, he doesn't know, like, he doesn't seem to have like a dip off. Same thing, Fleming, I'm going to get the name wrong, Fleming Rasmussen, whatever the fuck. Even him, like, he did one of the Evil records now a couple of years ago. He's
Did he? That's
still
cool.
able to do fucking thrash. And
I
still
didn't
sounds
know
fucking
that.
tight.
Let me check that out.
I used to say, man, as a swan song, get him back in to help co-produce the last Metallica album. Like, why not?
Like, could they do that?
What? Like, with a band where money's no object when it comes to recording and stuff? Of course. They actually think about that. Think of all the money and stuff. They could easily get a hold of guest artists over the years and they haven't bothered. Guilty of maybe Garage Inc. where they had the fucking Tuesday's Gone mashup with fucking
Everybody.
with everyone they could think of.
everyone.
All their mates. Pepper and fucking thing at Alice in Chains, Jerry Cantrell and who else was on
Pepper
that?
Keenan, Jerry Cantrell.
Yeah. I think there's someone else.
Uh,
Do you know what? It's
bet
so
you
many
there is
years
too.
since I've heard that fucking song though.
There's like 3 or 4 fucking guitar players on it. It's crazy, isn't it?
You'll have to ask Declan.
Here.
Decky play-by-play to confirm
Where
this
is
one.
my blower? I can Google this.
You're plugged in. You're charging.
Oh, am I? Fuck it
But
then. Well,
me
go
and
work it out.
Declan, who also is featured on most of these podcasts, he can confirm
Not the
this
music
story.
one.
Not the music ones yet.
Man,
We'll give him a wee shout.
this is our realm. Like,
It's our fucking
until
deal.
people start stepping to, they aren't going to
Step
be
up
allowed
and idea.
on. Like, we're going to
Well-
see people up their game on the steady. Like,
Just lead by example, I think.
fucking definitely.
But anyways, he can confirm this. We actually knew someone who said the heaviest Metallica song was Tuesday's Gone, and they were fucking serious about it.
Really?
Yeah. Not
Who the fuck was that? Name and shame.
I'm not naming shaming online here. I'll fucking pass you the name after this.
No, I don't. Like, no, that's fucking horrendous. But yeah, Terry Date, Whip Bring Me the Horizon into shape, and Shadow Moses is the heaviest tune I've ever heard on the radio. Well, look, it probably was. Look, I've heard like download specials and all. And
Yeah,
I've
that
heard,
doesn't count.
But I mean, midday, 3 o'clock when mothers were fucking picking their children up from school.
Bored of 'em.
Radio 1 was dropping fucking drop A fucking shit. Terry Date produced, so you know that tone was gnarly.
Oh, it's gonna be crisp.
So that's definitely that was huge. Like, that was huge for them as well. It broke them like fuck. They went fucking supernova after that album. Rightly so, I thought, but then they threw it away with the comeback then.
Well, at least we've got an outlet now to put up as much as we want. We've got the Spotify list. We've got one going on in the background still now. We've got the Megadeth one. And what have we got on the background now so far? Oh, yes.
You'll have to tell me, because
My Last Words by Megadeth.
when it comes to underrated Megadeth tunes, I'm definitely going to be out at sea because I barely know the fucking big ones by
I
name.
see the Metallica and Megadeth list. I sat there for days trying to work that out. I wanted to
agonizing.
switching shit up because I would love to say like 5 honorable mentions for each list, but then that list will go on and on as well. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I want to keep it to maybe 10 songs. It's basically a quick playlist. It's about 45 minutes or so, and most of the songs are the fast ones that people forget about. So My Last Words in the background there, that was number 1 on the list for Megadeth tracks.
I just love a dirty Megadeth tempo change. Like,
This is the only chance you get when you mention Megadeth most times. No one knows who the fuck they are, or no one cares. So I'll just waste time talking about how great they are.
you will
Just
drop
get the chance.
you will drop Megadeth into a conversation at any opportunity. Oh, I know.
I fucking will.
Oh, I know.
And I love stirring the shit by having Metallica and Megadeth tattoos, which usually pisses a lot of people off.
Yeah, well, sure. You can't help what you love.
Right.
Okay, so-
I've wanted to bestow that to you for a while there, so you've got this sticker now to...
Turbo Wolf sticker will be going on in the new laptop. It'll be accompanying my Smiley Bones fused with the bride from Kill Bill Wild Hearts fucking tribute sticker, which my mate fucking Gavin Johnson made. They're fucking awesome.
out.
Thank you, Gav. Shout out Gavin. Turbo Wolf will go on, and then also that awesome Mastodon, the Hunter sticker you gave me earlier on.
Oh yes.
Then I'll need to get one more sticker for each corner, and then that'll be that laptop complete. Because it's too pretty to put stickers all over. A sticker bombed my last one. Don't get me wrong.
We need to get the red Acre stickers on there.
It's the
boy.
most punk rock fucking laptop you've ever seen. But this one, man, I love how pretty it is. So I'm gonna keep her a bit more pristine.
What's next on your list?
Well, just to say again, fucking Turbo Wolf have a new album coming out. I don't really know when. I don't have my phone with me to fucking look it up for you. If you're listening to the Red Acre podcast, you're probably using a device that has fucking Google on it. So why don't you look that up for yourself? Say, okay, Google, set a reminder to tell me to buy the Turbo Wolf album when it comes out. Link it into your Amazon app. Get it all hooked up together so you can have Turbo Wolf as quickly as possible in your life because you need it.
Or at least check it out in Spotify when it comes up.
Also, if Turbo Wolf have any jobs going in their press department, can they please give me a shout because I'm already doing it for free, like so.
Or send more stickers.
Or send fucking some stickers would actually be great.
Yeah, for any bands we name, I want some
That would
stickers.
fucking provide. I would have to sticker bomb my laptop at that point then.
Or patches.
So I don't know what. I mean, looking down my list here, there's fucking a lot of stuff on. A lot of stuff still to talk about here. But I'm thinking we should get into it about the Prophets of Rage.
Unfuck.
What do you think?
Go for it. What have you got?
Man, have you heard the album?
I've only listened to a few tracks. To be fair,
Are you a big Rage fan?
I'm more of an Audioslave fan than Rage Against the Machine.
But big Audioslave fan?
I like them as much as I like Queen, but I really like Queen.
Okay, right.
So that's okay.
Fair
Man, we
enough.
poured our hearts out here before Herbert Cornell. Come on.
Yeah, but that was that hit me like a ton of bricks. I just was not expecting that. Like, but I would be a fucking huge Rage Against the Machine fan. Like, their first album, like, it just makes me want to kill people. You know what I mean? It's like fucking But when an album communicates that sort of energy, that's when that's what it's been trying to do. Then that's fucking perfect.
Job done.
I'm happy. They're happy. Everyone's fucking happy. Especially me though, because I'm listening to Rage Against the Machine's debut album and it's fucking sick. So I'm a big Rage fan, but more than that, I think I'm a big Tom Morello fan. Like, I love Morello's guitar playing. I think it's fucking very rarely the same shit that he's doing. I love how he acts like a DJ a lot of the time. Like, a lot of it is just fucking noise coming out of his guitar, but it's structured in a rhythmic way that it's fucking really
All
exciting.
those points is why I don't like Tom Morello.
He's not your sort of guitar
No,
hero.
you know my kind of shit.
Yeah, like you're like that is the dynamic on this podcast. You are the fucking classical metaler over there with your long hair, your Megadeth top, your teeth, your fucking tattoos and all, and I'm just the fucking weird fucking
Guru,
punk
fucking
that
guru in the corner, boy.
Yeah, likes a bit of it all, like,
Yeah.
but
Trying to be happy.
you would
to
never,
everyone.
you would
Yeah.
never know to look at me. Like, I don't know what type of music I look like I'm into.
No, I think everyone's straight off the bat. It's just like, yeah, I know what he's into.
Yeah, with you, it's
But yeah,
on point. But
it's the only misconception about me by appearance.
like, I remember I went to see Wasp and this
We
woman.
met at a Megadeth gig.
I know, but I went to see Wasp that time in Belfast, and
fucking
it was
love
at the
Wasp.
height of my Spice Boy period. Like, so I had like very, very straight hair, and it was all spiked perfectly, hairsprayed into place. You know, it was
Shout out to Wasp, who's coming around the corner now on the 12th of October here in Belfast and down in Dublin as well for the Re-Idolize tour. Fucking legends. I'm maybe still going to it as Heart's fucking setting to seeing a good gig this month, so I might have to check it out for Red Acre.
I hope you get the Wasp.
I think that'll be the third or fourth time seeing them. They're
Right.
fucking brilliant.
I hope you get they're so good. We've talked about it on here before, but the crack was that I was at this Wasp gig with my perfect hair, like, and this fucking old woman, like, well, not like an old woman, but like an old woman, like she was at least 40.
Older than us.
Yeah, and she was like, "Did you get lost on the way to the Take That gig?" And I just fucking whipped my phone out, and I was like, "Here's the fucking emails from me when I was emailing them earlier on to interview them. So fuck you and your fucking Take That."
Fucking hell, boy.
So that was supposed to be an interview, but like, the interview didn't actually come off, so I just got guest passes for the show. So I was happy enough, but it would have been fucking...
Blackie's
Would have been
Yeah.
sweet to get the interview, like, but that bitch didn't even know that I didn't get an interview with them. Fuck her.
As far as
Fuck
I'm aware, he
her.
doesn't.
Fuck Monarch Airlines. I'm just holding on to a bit of fucking anger about this fucking Monarch Airlines fucking debacle that nearly derailed my fucking holiday today. And this is why, in this day and age, where fucking capitalist fucking pigs like Monarch can fuck the little man, aka me, the innocent fucking citizen over here, as badly as they fucking nearly did today. Only I was fucking on the ball, quick thinking Daly over here got it fucking sorted. Fucking pricks. This is why we need prophets of rage.
Man, I just enjoyed every moment of that. That was great.
It was such an up and down this morning. I'm going on holidays. I'm not going on holidays. I'm going on holidays again. But now I've got no money left.
All you needed was a hockey jersey and a backwards cap, and it was just like the fucking Kevin Smith rant.
I just needed a fucking hug. I would have been fine. But
I'm not coming out for a hug yet.
Prophets of Rage, man. I gotta give the album a thumbs up. Like a big, big fucking thumbs up. Like Tom Morello, as I say, big fan. And the thing I wanted to say about Tom Morello was because, like, obviously like Rage. Come on. But I obviously like Audioslave as well. But it's always with guest spots with like Cypress Hill over the years. And like Rage's cover of Cypress Hill, How I Could Just Kill a Man, which is one of the best hip hop tracks of all time, in my opinion. Like, just I don't know, just like how fucking he's funky, he's fresh, he's different. Like so much of his influence is like 70s funk music, and you know, hip hop and sampling.
It comes across very well, though.
Yeah, but it comes together as if it's its own thing, but it's all these crazy things that shouldn't go together. And the one I really want to shout out is that never, ever, ever have I ever had mentioned the name of this.
Never have I ever
mentioned the name of this band to someone, and they'd be like, "Dude, that album's fucking sick." Okay, so it was called Street Sweeper Social Club. So it's a mouthful, big time. But I'm coughing like fuck.
I'm sorry.
Mate, what
I'm
is
sorry
that?
if you were hoping for like, yes, man, I know. No,
No, I know, not getting it. Like, but
blank stare.
it was Tom Morello on guitar and bass. So it was a studio project. I don't think they toured, maybe a little bit.
His own studio, do you know, or
No, I haven't got a
usually
clue.
the case, yeah.
But with a political rapper called Boots Riley. So it was kind of like having Rage back, but it was more hip hop. But your boy Boots was real cool, real political as well, like Zach was. And it was like, as I say, it was just like kind of like having Rage back for a minute, but obviously not. But some great Morello work on there. And
For a non-Rage fan, why did they break up? Why is there no more Rage?
Fuck, I'd actually love to tell you. I think what it was is that Zach De La Rocha actually wanted to go and stop writing activist music and become an activist. Like, I think rumors abound that he went to join the Zapatistas, these Mexican rebels that are fighting for independence from the. You know what I mean? You're
So
laughing.
he's off
but
on a
it's-
crusade, basically.
It's more than likely true.
I'm not laughing at by the way, or anyone else, I'm not laughing at the concept of activism and all that. Work away. and
Yes,
stuff like-
you are, Maguire.
I'm just. In my head, there was a whole like wee movie scene. He just fucking went on the horseback. And Lawrence of Arabia music. He's away to fucking save the day. Like,
Oh,
fucking with that big fucking afro in the sunset going off. That's what I was thinking.
but do you know that Maynard James Keenan is on the debut Rage album?
But yet no Tool.
No, well, he's it's not all that well
I think
known,
as a
but
rule,
he is
I think as
the
a rule, we
fucking-
shouldn't mention Tool until they actually drop something.
No, but I'm
be
just
fair.
saying he's there. He does that scream in Know Your Enemy, and it's just fucking perfect. Like, and there's a great video actually of them playing it live somewhere at one point, and he comes on, does the scream, and then
And walks off.
before he's fucking off the stage, is on the phone talking to someone. You know what I mean? And it's
This
sort of
is
like
fine.
fucking show a bit of respect. I think Tool more.
Does it
than
make it look
Rage
like he's just like, wait a
than
second?
Rage owed a fucking Tool.
So what? He's mid conversation, 2 seconds, scream, back on to business.
I don't know if he was on the phone before it, but like,
You must have been.
yeah, it must have been.
Yeah.
So it must have been some sort of big business about fucking wine. So Street Sweeper Social Club definitely got to be one for you to check out because it's a fucking great album. There's one that I really like on it called The Oath, and it's just fucking. I don't know. It's
What do you think
really,
about all this
really
shit with-
fucking hip hop? It really hits that hip hop groove, not just that banging drum beat or being scratched back and fucking.
So hold on a sec. Maynard's way off making wine. Dave Mustaine was making wine and a Tool on beer. Like Bloody Heroes wine, I think it was, and fucking Tout Le Monde beer. There's
Everyone's
Trooper
got a wine.
beer,
Everyone's got a beer
beer
these days. It's not news anymore.
why?
You know, you can get wine.
Just get a beer. Just get a fucking can holder with your band's name on it. Stick a beer in it and work away.
That's
You really need a logo
the
on it.
smartest fucking thing I think I've ever heard you say. We should definitely do that. And I've seen recently.
I've seen the Motorhead ones that look pretty cool. Like,
Unfortunately, I haven't seen any cool rock or metal ones, but I did see one that was Slurm from Futurama. Now, would that be awesome?
would be class.
Yeah.
But someone's going to steal that on you. Guarantee. Someone's going to be like, oh, wait a second, go on a photo and then fuck off.
And then you go around
Then
their
you're down
house
20
and
quid.
then they have it out. Right, where do you
you go to
fucking
jail,
get that?
yeah.
I suppose it's a slippery. Maybe we just better
Then you have to fight the
never
da.
ever get
Yeah.
Slurm beer koozies
Unless we just keep them in the studio.
unless we both get them,
Yeah, we can do that.
and then there'd be no issues unless one of us then lost.
That would just be
ours.
perfect for your trip this week to Ibiza, wouldn't it?
It would be, yeah. But what would have been perfect was the
If you're
airline that
flying,
we're
yeah.
coming home with didn't go fucking bust at 3 a.m. this morning, and me being worked for 2 hours before I realised what the fuck. Anyway, look. we're
Yeah,
up to-
at least that didn't happen with you sitting there in the fucking polka dot fucking trousers way off the holiday.
Yeah, at least it wasn't, the morning of.
I assume
or
that's what you'd be
something,
wearing for going on holiday.
I'll look into a pair of polka dot shorts.
Mr. Blobby style.
Randy Rhodes guitar style.
I was thinking Mr. Blobby
No,
style.
really, this is why. I'm going to trying to keep this podcast on the rails here.
Music.
Music.
He was a musician. He
Mr.
was in the
Blobby.
he was in the charts.
He was, yeah.
I think he was number
suppose.
one.
He sold a lot of records.
Yeah,
Was he number one?
I think he was
Fuck
number
off.
one.
Crazy Frog was number one.
So was Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder was.
Yeah,
With Mambo number 5 or with Can We Fix It?
could have been both. The UK.
Do you know what is one of my fucking favourite...
Jesus Christ?
what would you call that sort of tune? Oh, like a novelty tune.
Yeah.
I love with a fucking
To
undying...
be fair, the Muppets have been in the charts. Like,
Yeah, well, the Muppets have been
Muppets
out
are
of the
class.
charts. But what I love with that fucking undying passion has to be that tune, What the Fox Say. You know, about what does the fox say, and they make all the stupid noises in the middle of it.
Never
Don't
heard
look
that.
at me like that. Do not look at me like that.
never
It
heard
was
it.
number one in this country, like
when
within the last few years.
I don't listen to radio. I haven't listened to radio.
I don't
so-
listen to radio either, like. So you can't use that excuse on me. Maybe that works on other people, but like I don't listen to the radio, so how the fuck would I
House
have heard it?
party or something.
But what? You don't go to parties?
Not really, not anymore.
Well, I suppose I've probably.
no one wants to listen to
I
what
probably
I want
fuck
to
a
listen to.
party harder than you, bro.
Of course, I'm too old.
But well,
When you
I
get to
don't
my
know.
age, you won't wanna. I'm telling you.
What do you mean, like in 2
Yeah,
2 years?
it'll creep up on you.
No, I'll still be fucking partying.
That bounce in your step will be long gone.
But look, man. This tune, probably because you haven't heard this tune, is why you don't party anymore. Because you haven't heard a visionary, life changing
like
song.
last time I partied, LMFAO was top of the charts.
No.
What's
man.
that?
This is sublime. This tune that I'm talking about, like, right? The beauty, like the sheer and unadulterated beauty of it was.
LMFAO wasn't.
No, that was shite.
Oh,
But this tune, right? So it's by this Norwegian band or some shit, right? And it's literally a parody of how bad Western pop music has gotten. That they're just making all these speculative guesses at what a fox sounds like. But it's a perfectly produced pop song, right? And then the dickheads, the fucking idiots that fucking are allowed to vote in the country that we live in, fucking heard it and made it number one. It's a parody of the songs that go to number one. Am I taking fucking crazy pills over here, or is this absolutely ridiculous? Like, but here, taking all that
Yeah.
meta context and all out of it, strip it all away. It is a fucking banging tune, and as a parody, it is fucking stonewall hilarious. We are gonna watch the shit out of it after this
That's just thinking.
podcast.
Studio's gonna
Don't
be lit
you
up.
worry.
Don't you worry.
We are, but I mean, we're gonna have to get the TV cranked. Your neighbors are all gonna look. Two dickheads. Listen to what the fuck say. Fuck's sake, can't sleep better. And it is gonna be a fucking. You know, it won't be that we're listening to a song. It'll be that we're making a memory.
Oh,
That's true. that's how much I fucking
Might even
buzz
light a
off this
candle.
song. Fucking sure,
Fucking
light
light a
several of them or something else. So anyway, moving on from Crazy Frog, Bob the Builder on the Red Acre fucking very manly
never thought
heavy
that would
metal
ever.
podcast.
Never thought that would ever come up in conversation.
Crazy
Where do you
Frog was at number one in this country. Like.
I had the Crazy Frog cut out from one of the newspapers. It was black and white and stuck it on our dartboard, and we used to just throw darts at it. It was fucking brilliant.
Like
He used to have a
to
dick.
be honest,
He had a dick.
yeah, Do you remember when he used to be green, like before the blue one came along?
Probably before my time.
But it used to just be this really annoying noise, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's pretty fucking funny."
We're not going to make the noise
There
or
was
anything here.
no.
I'm not having any of
I
this
didn't do
fucking-
any of the fox noises there either.
Good.
I think once you hear the tune, you'll be like, "Thank you, Donald. I'm glad that you didn't embarrass yourself and me and Red Acre as
Yes,
a whole
as a
by
whole.
doing that."
But please, everyone else, check it out if I have to.
You have to. You're
have to,
going
I
to,
have
and
to.
you're going to be like, "That's genius." And one more thing to say about, I think it's pronounced Elvis, but it's like YLVIS is what you call the group that sang What the Fox Say. They also have this brilliant song, right? I don't know what it's called, but the two genres they're mashing up are like an 1800s Victorian fucking, like the sort of music they'd be singing in a fucking period theatre piece. And fucking, so it starts off like this fucking real theatrical thing, but then you realise that the boy's actually been singing about looking for a wife, but she has to love dubstep as much as he does. And then it just fucking breaks into this crazy fucking dubstep. Oh, you need to see that shit as well.
Fuck
It is hilarious.
Like that, right, there's a few more for the list now.
Which list?
Of shit I've got to do after this.
No, well look,
adventure.
we'll watch What the Fox Say on the fucking dubstep tune before I go. It's fucking hilarious. He's all, "Do you love the dubstep?" It's fucking mental. Like, you just can't believe that such a thing exists until you see it.
Oh, but
That's why I love the internet. Like, but you see what happens? Like, before the internet was massive and we had memes and shit, Crazy Frog got the #1 in the fucking charts. Like that wouldn't happen anymore because Crazy Frog would be about for 3 weeks, would be completely burnt out, and everybody be sick of it.
see, that's the weird thing as well, that in order for that to happen, people had to actually go out and buy the fucking thing.
That's very true.
That's the creepy thing about it.
So you telling me that there's hundreds of thousands?
Of
That's what
copies.
they had to sell
Yeah,
back
hundreds
then.
of thousands,
Lying about, please.
possibly millions.
Okay.
Because they
Maybe a million
They would have
odd.
made millions, but only sold.
Fucking hell.
So
it's crazy to think
somewhere
about
out there is a
the
vault.
fucking level of talented bands that are out there and have always been fucking out there, and the fucking Crazy Frog gets #1. Like,
Beyond that depressing statement, I think the idea of just this fucking vault full of Crazy Frog singles,
I would love to set,
unplayed,
I would love to set fire to that vault.
one by one.
No.
I would do it one by one.
One big fucking
No.
massive thing.
No.
Right, well then I just had to be like,
We'll split in half. You can blow up one half. I'll just do it one by one with the rest.
I'm only burning my half. Sick reference, am I right?
You're good.
So I was talking about Prophets of Rage before all that.
You were.
Fuck, Tom Morello would murder me if he realised that a commercial piece of shit like the Crazy Frog was being talked about in the middle of a supposed deep dive on his new album.
I think you've just educated a few people.
Well, I did call them all dickheads for banning it, like, so
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure how much more I can really
And if
do.
anyone's listening to this and following through, well, if anyone listening or a few people listening, anyone paying attention here for the Crazy Frog, but if you actually have one of them, send us a picture to prove it.
Yeah, or
I
can
wanna
we
see
just
this.
have it?
Can we? Yeah. Can we blow
And
it
we
up?
promise you we will smash the fuck out of it with hammers for a future Red Acre
In
video
slow motion.
project.
Oh yeah.
Will we do that?
Oh fuck yeah.
Man,
Do you know what? I'm gonna try and see if I can find one on eBay.
yeah. Or like, would you think? Now this might sound mental, so you can stop me at any stage. Do you think they might have made a vinyl of it, like at any point,
Or
like a
cassettes.
7-inch song, like
Picture
like a
disc.
fucking, yeah, just like I don't know, for the complete fucking Crazy Frog nutters that there were at the time.
It used to be like key rings and all that shit, so there's bound to be stuff out there. Like,
There's bound to be. Okay, so let's go a fucking deep dive Prophets of Rage album before this whole thing goes completely off the fucking rails. I like it. I'm not sure if I love it, but it's only because of it doesn't meet or it doesn't conform, should I say, to my expectations. I honestly expected it to be a bit more lyric heavy with Chuck D and Be Real there. Now, obviously, look, Be Real, Cypress Hill aren't anybody's fucking favorite lyricists, I don't think, or nobody certainly is claiming that they're the best. Hits from the Bong, it's not the most complicated. Whereas Chuck D and Public Enemy probably is a good few people's fucking favorite lyricist. So it's just I was expecting a little bit more from them. It feels kind of like that things are repeated a lot, and it's kind of like it feels like sloganeering. That they're getting all these fucking slogans into people's heads. So it could serve its political purpose very well, but I would love to hear a little bit more of a fucking drop or change in a concessions being made to the hip hop end of things, just to hear that fusion. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've had Rage and it's been, hip hop and rock aligned one way, but it was more rock obviously. So I would have just liked to hear it skewed a little bit further down the hip hop scale. But I would say this: they usually follow like a sort of a structure with a big bombastic intro, big intro, and then they pull it back to. But this is the parts that I'm loving, right? See the verse grooves from Tim Comerford, the bass player, and fucking Tom Morello is just like putting
Scratching
wee
away,
funk chords on top, like, and Brad Wilk is just, they are locking those fucking
Brad
verses
Wilk
down tight.
Brad Wilk goes back to our previous discussion there about drummers. Definitely very underrated as well. The work he did on that Sabbath album 13, fucking brilliant.
Yeah, he's fucking, but that's what I'm saying.
Give him a nod.
He's fucking great, and he's so rock and roll.
Send us stickers.
So rock and roll. He's married to Juliette Lewis, which I just think is fucking super rock and roll.
Yeah.
But they're so tight, giving the two rappers, space to work with. And you know what I mean? Like, if that was 14 producers in a studio making a loop, they couldn't have it as tight, like. And it's just those bits. And I'm just going to say it again, Tim Comerford's motherfucking bass lines are sick on this album. Really, really good. So I was hoping for a bit more complexity to the lyrics.
Yep.
But it's massive. There's loads of really big riffs, like really big riffs. There's even a really nice little bit. I think it's like track 5. It's called Commander in Chief. Is it called Commander in Chief? Something like that. And it's DJ Lord, who was the DJ in Cypress Hill or Public Enemy. Can't remember. But like, he gets to drop some samples, do some scratching, and fucking have a bit of input then from the guys. But he's the star, like. So that's cool.
For mainly that one track.
Yeah. But it's only like a minute long. It's like sort of like an interlude. But that whole scratching thing like is like really fucking like is an art and is a talent at the sort of level that he's doing it at. So it's good to hear that getting its due on this album full of sick fucking players. Like, so I think my favorite track is probably Take Me Higher, which is fucking really cool.
As soon as you said that, all I could think of was Creed.
No. Don't think about Creed.
Fuck, I love Creed.
But there's, as I say, that Commander in Chief I think is really cool. Legalize Me is good. Living on the 110 is a fucking great song, and I like the way the lyrics are about.
Sounds like a bluesy kind of number. Once you hear
Living
that
on the
kind of track.
110 is one of their. It's like about homelessness, and so the 110 is the freeway in LA. So they're talking about how like the fucking fanciest cars in the world are driving over this fucking bridge where thousands of people live on it. So there's like some nice images in the lyrics and stuff. And
very bluesy.
Yeah, so that's effective shit. So that's what I'm saying. It could probably communicate its political message very, very effectively. Side note, love the fucking cover art. Shepard Fairey, what a fucking excellent fucking dude. He did that, and I think it fucking really looks sweet. It's literally just a fucking clenched fist on the star, and then Prophet's Rage stenciled on. So that's fucking simple, tight, efficient. Like the music. I like it. I really like it.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a different type of record, so I don't love it just yet. I guarantee you by the time I come back to the next Red Acre fucking music podcast, I'll love that album.
Give it a few more cycles, basically.
Yeah, no doubt. Just, as I said to you, and I said on here before, I fucking fall asleep listening to music every night. So, like, I might hear tracks 1, 2, miss out on 4 to 7, and wake up for the end.
Yeah.
And then go back to sleep. So, I eventually, after about a month, have an album completely consumed, and I can tell you what chorus I like best, where I like the guitar tone. I can really fucking deep dive with you, but Prophet's Rage still too fresh. Like, that's the problem with me this month. Like, a lot of these albums are still too fresh for me, man. I really, really can't speak to a lot of these. I have, personal note, been listening to a lot of, or trying to appreciate the new generation and the new sort of school of dance music before I go to Ibiza. So I'm going for a few days to motherfucking party, but I'm trying to get into that vibe. You know what I mean? I don't want to land over there. And as I say, when I think dance music, I hear 90s trance anthems. I hear fucking Tiesto. I hear Set Me Free. I hear Conor and Foy. I think all the classics. And they're, you know what I mean? Like, they're really thumping fucking dance fucking tunes. Like, but now it's a lot more subtle. It's a lot more to be about texture and synths and retro Adidas clothes. It seems as well is a big part of it. So I don't want to be super culture shocked because I like to think I can appreciate a bit of everything. So I would speak to this. Tropical House is mad.
So here's something for you. for someone like myself, if for some reason it was down in that direction, what's the essential 5 tracks or something?
Well, I don't know about essential 5 tracks.
Something.
But what I kept hearing about, okay, my wee brother's big techno head, and I know a lot of people have been to AVF festival stuff who are killing it doing that fucking serving that scene over here. So great promotion going on there. Shame we don't have that in the fucking rock world, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the interest just isn't there, so who can blame people for not wanting to get into promotions? But this group from Belfast, Bicep, who grew out of, they wrote a blog for years, and then when they all split up and went to different unis, they started individually sort of doing music, and then when they came back, they brought it back, and they've just released their debut album. And I would say, if you want to hear a really fucking good song, 2 really good fucking songs, listen to the last 2 tracks on that album, Veil and Aura. Very, very cool. As I say, not about thumping dynamics, about subtle changes and textures. And I don't think that listening to it on iPods and iPhones and shit and in people's cars can prepare me in any way for what it's going to sound like pumping out of super club speakers in, say, Pasha. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Completely
I will
different
report back to
experience.
you on the dance music front, but it's obviously fucking all still crap compared to metal. Like, so don't worry. I haven't turned to the dark side. Sorry, the light side.
You're not a skeet.
I'm still on the motherfucking dark side. Oh, I am a skeet, like, but that's completely different. That's more to do with where I'm coming from. Prophets of Rage, fucking 4, gonna be a 4.5. You know what I mean? But I'm not afraid to say things are fucking 5 stars when I think they're 5 stars. So
yeah.
I will do that. It's
That's
not
reserved.
No, it's not reserved with me. That's what I'm saying.
Ah.
Like, I would give it where it's fucking due.
For me, it's reserved for only a select few.
Really? Man, if I enjoy something, I have no bother just being like, that's 5 out of 5.
I'll always get
I just had a really good experience with that. And that's when that's it as well. If you have an experience with an album, like if you fucking, like we did with the first time we listened to Mastodon was together in your house.
It's magic.
Under the influence, like, and it was fucking great. We had the lights and all set up. That was awesome.
It was magic.
So, doing those things, that's why I think it's important to carve out a bit of time when a new album comes out that you're excited about and ingest it start to finish.
Yeah.
On your own. Mm-hmm. Preferably in the dark, but not necessarily.
No.
Good earphones are a must.
Yep.
I'm going to write an article. We're going to put it up somewhere about the earphones that I really, really love.
Yes.
They only cost about £6 or £7. They're by Panasonic, but I can't think of the name of them because it's all letters and numbers. But they're fucking awesome, and I'll put that up because to go off on your own somewhere and experience an album, you need good earphones. So I like these in-ears to cancel the noise. They're fucking beautifully balanced. They're not like all these fucking... You know these fucking skull candies you get and they're bright colours and everyone's like, oh, I want them, I want them. No. They're woeful headphones. The sound quality's brutal. Yep. Like, the bass is skewed way too high in the mix. Yep. And it's like, yeah, if I'm a fucking complete and utter chav and I'm listening to fucking happy hardcore all night long, maybe that's what I want, but no, not for the big man.
No one with taste.
So that's, as I say, looking down this list, like, I mean... Have you got stuff to talk about? I feel like I've been talking for a long time now.
No, the main thing I've wanted to bring about was the reason why we've been posting up a lot of links about Spotify, about what the top 10 lists. And so we obviously want to branch out into other bands, other genres as well, but obviously we're going to be pumping a lot of fucking metal direction. So, of course, it'll be Motorhead, it'll be fucking Iron Maiden as we roll along, Wasp even, and we inklings as we go along with what's coming up as well. So... yeah, that's where I've been on the metal front. There's a few other wee albums I've picked up here and there. Great one is by Alcoholica.
Right.
Freeze 'Em All. Their fucking new album. It is right. There's only
now refresh me on who Alcoholica are.
Right, it's the same kind of effect of Apocalyptica.
Right.
It started off as a Metallica tribute act.
And are the 4 cellos?
That's the Apocalyptica ones.
Right, but Alcoholica are just...
Yeah. Alcoholica is like, they start off as a Metallica tribute band.
But they're just a normal band. They're not cellos.
No, normal band. But it's used them as an example that they started off just doing Metallica stuff and then got popular, started doing their own stuff.
Right.
Same thing with Alcoholica. They were just a Metallica tribute band and then got big and then started writing their own stuff.
Okay.
So this album at the minute, Freeze 'Em All, you can pick up. I found it basically on YouTube scrolling through and just thought, right, okay, it's questionable because knowing that history, you're sitting there going like, what's it going to be like? You want to hear a band that plays nothing but Metallica. What are they going to sound like when they write their own stuff? Is it going to sound like Metallica? And yeah, it kind of does.
In a good way?
In a good way.
Right, well
in a
then,
catchy kind of way.
it's like when Airborne came out and everyone was just like, heard all
Yeah,
this
it sounds like
before,
AC/DC.
but it's mixed up a little bit, and he
Yeah.
sure says fuck a
Real-
lot.
It's kind of like AC/DC and Motorhead put together kind of thing. It was cool.
Yeah.
But back to these lads. They've been back and forth actually on.
So you can't be mad at them for trying to replicate one of the best bands in the world.
Absolutely
How the fuck
not.
could you?
Absolutely not. But what I like about it is that it's not like, oh, that riff sounds like the wee bridge part in Black, and it's like, no, it's just like overall that whole song has a wee bit of a vibe like Don't Tread on Me,
Okay.
but it doesn't. None of
And
the riffs sound like Don't Tread
What
on Me.
era Metallica? Were we talking thrash Metallica?
At times, there's wee bits. There's moments of thrash. There's moments of more like the laid back kind of load
Of
and
groove Metallica?
Yeah, groove Metallica.
That's how I separate them in my head. I call it thrash Metallica and I call it groove Metallica.
yeah.
I don't know what to call modern Metallica. I don't know what to call.
I don't even name the
You
recent
have to
stuff.
you have to think of
Because-
Saint Anger Metallica
See-
as Saint Anger Metallica, I suppose.
The problem of that is you've got the Sin Anger stuff, then you've got the Death Magnetic stuff, and that's completely different to Sin Anger. And then you've also got now Hardwired to Self-Destruct, which is completely different to Death Magnetic. So it's
Yeah.
three completely different things. Like Death Magnetic sounds like the songs they were writing around S&M time and finally are fucking putting them together. Whereas Death Magnetic just seems like, okay, we have to make an actual up-to-date thrash kind of album at times. You know, that kind of shit. It's more like
Yeah.
a project.
I know people are haters on Death Magnetic.
I,
but
I'm not. I fucking love it.
yeah, possibly my favorite.
Fucking love it.
Just because it came out when I was in fucking seventh year, and I
Yeah.
fucking remember walking around school.
I think we
being-
did this one before.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this
Fucking-
before, but it's just saying try and fucking have an experience with a fucking album,
That's
and
it.
you will fucking get places, my friend.
Yeah. It also had the first time I ever seen them live was for that album.
Yeah, same.
Actually, all fucking 6, near 7 times seeing them was along that album stretch of 4 years of
Yeah,
touring for
all
that
of
album.
mine would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
All on Death Magnetic.
Because they kept coming around with the fucking thing.
But your boy has tickets for them in February.
Yes, you do.
90 fucking quid.
I would pay it. I've paid it. I've paid 90 quid for Metallica tickets before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Jesus.
For the Big 4 gig. So that
Okay.
counts.
But like, I just don't know. I just think it's steep.
Who else is playing with them? Gojira and...
Velertech.
Okay.
I love me some Kveltech, but you know,
No,
not-
this time I
not-
just haven't picked anything up. with
Not
them.
everybody, I'm sure, has a clue who they are.
Well,
They're awesome.
some homework for anyone listening that's going in that direction.
Yeah, go and get their first album to hear what they're all about. It's fucking proper hardcore. Oh, everything's in Norwegian, or is it Finnish?
Are they also doing this thing? They were doing it in America where they had the DJ from Limp Bizkit opening the shows, just doing a DJ set.
Maybe.
So that'd be kind of cool. Stick around for
DJ
that.
Lethal, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Limp Bizkit, one of my favorite bands.
I think maybe hang around for that then. But honestly, was it 90 quid or 90 euro? What's the exchange here for?
You've asked me a question. Well, look, with fees and everything, it was
Ah, yeah,
90
yeah.
quid. Like,
Fucking Ticketmaster.
so. But look, it's because I'm going on my holidays to see them. It's over my birthday. I
Good
can't
man.
wait. Like, it's gonna be really, really fun. Like, but
If I could, I would hang on the side of that plane for it.
I hope that whole drum shit from Now That We're Dead is not happening by the time I get there.
No,
Like,
I fucking love that song, but I hate that part of the
That's
performance with
really-
the fucking Donkey Kong looking drums. I don't like them.
oh, it's not. It's just not cool.
No, not needed.
It's just not
Because
cool.
it ruined the vibe of that song. Because the first couple of times hearing that track, I love the dynamics of how we build up on it. I'm sitting there, Bob Rock must be fucking we tear rolling down his face loving that track.
Yeah.
He said they're fucking right, lads. And it's thumping and it's good it's one of those ones you could like maybe pick up the guitar. I haven't played it in a couple of days, just pick it up for a wee bit, play that wee bouncy track. And all the fucking drumming in the middle and stuff, and I'm sitting there going, first of all, no harm that no Hetfield can play the drums, but none of that shit sounds in time when all them 4 are playing.
Does it not?
No.
See, you know,
Do
I
the
have
one
no
thing
rhythm, so
when
I
they-
wouldn't notice
yeah.
something like that. Like, I just do not have any rhythm.
It's a simple beat thing as well. Well, I say simple enough. I don't play fucking drums, but I'm sitting and going, I'm sure I can give it a go. Like,
So
I
that-
don't
yeah,
like it.
It's not like there's fucking polyrhythms going on
No,
in it.
Megadeth did it live with Reckoning Day. David Ellison would swing the bass behind him and then he'd pick up drums and start playing along, doing this wee diddle. Watch
Was
it
it
up and
good?
fuck it.
No.
It looked kind of weird for a
Right.
metal band to do it, but it served the song because you needed that action. Digga, 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 digga. But you don't need 4 of the lads all trying to fucking play this wee thing. It just doesn't
Man,
look
not
right.
to fucking keep dragging this back to one of our favourites. Like, but,
alright, but-
that's what I love about Mastodon. Like, he'll go to whatever fucking lengths he needs to in the studio. Like, we've seen that in those making of videos. He'll do fucking whatever. He'll drop boxes out in hallways and record it just to get the right fucking timbre of sound for a fucking drum part. And then live, he just, like, even he's downscaled his kit so much, he calls it a 70s rock kit now, isn't that it? And
a lot of other people have done that. Yeah.
Like, but he still obviously makes it fucking rock, like it's still Brown fucking Dealer.
Just while we've brought them up, separately, we wouldn't want to try and cover tonight, but separately we will be covering the Colar Place EP.
Yeah, well,
give it another listen. We need to
the
settle.
Two of us are, look, we're not blown away straight away by it, okay? But with Mastodon, like, there's obviously a hell of a lot of shit going on in this music, so I need more time to digest, big time. Yeah. I was impressed with my hearing of it, but I was disappointed in that my expectations were this is just me getting it fucking wrong because I'm a fucking tube, but I was thinking that this was like
part 2
excerpts of Emperor Sand.
Yeah.
But I think what me and you thought, we just wanted that.
That's what we wanted
it to be. But it's more, in truth, it's songs that are left from Once More Around the Sun, and it's Brent's solo work, sort of fucking mismatched. But like, all the chicken picking and all is cool, and that tempo change in Northside Star is fucking just classic Mastodon. I really like it.
There's a good vibe of, do you ever hear the West End Motel stuff that Brent does, this wee side project?
No.
Like saxophone shit and all comes in, that's pretty cool.
No, I've actually never heard West End Motel.
It's got a vibe of that, mixed with, as you say, Once More Around the Sun and so forth. Even a wee bit of Hunter-esque.
So Once More Around the Sun, like, there's definitely a lot to love on it, but it's definitely also their weakest album.
Yes, for playthrough wise.
Is that fair to say?
I would say fair play.
Like, I mean, I know that I don't...
For a while I thought the Hunter was, until Once More Around the Sun came out.
Yeah, well...
And then I went back and reappreciated more of the Hunter.
The Hunter is just flat out better. I can't skew it any other way.
No, it is definitely... And again, that weakest Mastodon album is still stronger than most albums out around that time.
Yeah, man.
So,
I love Once More Around the Sun. Like, but... the point I was going to make there, like, Once More Around the Sun, great, okay, pinning that, go back, was going to say, Remission, I know, is not really my scene as much, but I still love parts of it, like, and I still will listen to it when I'm in the right mood. It's very heavy though, like.
I still remember hearing that for the first time. And March of the Fire Ants, I remember sitting going to school going, holy fuck.
But even I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's a work of sheer fucking genius. Like the riffing and that took a really special band to make. Whereas with Once More Around the Sun, there was still a lot of their weirdness going on, but like, I don't know, it was softened or something at that point.
Yeah.
It didn't have the bite that Remission has, and it just sort of makes Remission a bit more fucking urgent, puts that up the list of Mastodons.
With a pen anywhere there, we'll just want to have a better scope of things because we went in with such heavy expectations for it. So I think it's fair now that we've covered a few more other things.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair to cover it now tonight. Simply wouldn't.
No, definitely not.
I could only talk about the first song, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
As I say, I've heard them all, but they came, they went, and
it's kind of
there's been a lot of stuff. Like,
yeah,
I feel like I've listened to a lot of music, but I'm just struggling to think tonight. This fucking Monster Energy is also giving me quite a lot of fucking gas, so I have to dodge away from the mic every 30 seconds. I fucking burp, and I'm really sorry if the sound's fucking brutal. But let me see. Look, we'll go down the list. Mastodon we'll probably have to do something separate and do like a deep dive on that for about a half hour.
Could be, because we're also keep forgetting as well, because just time keeps rolling on at my age. I swear to fuck, it's just freaking me out. It's October already, but yeah, there's only about 2 months left of this year, so there'll be a lot of roundup.
We'll need to have we need to get our ducks in a row. So yeah,
that is creepy. Just looking down at the date, this is like it's
okay, right. Let me see. I'm looking down this list. So I've got some mad shit on here, and I've got some stuff that we sort of need to do a deeper dive on. So let's see. Picking out mad shit. Okay, going to talk about this band called Archspire. Now I sent you them. I know you didn't fucking watch it. That's cool. It's okay.
Just being honest, yeah, it didn't.
We're still friends.
Yeah.
So I would normally never, ever, ever in a million fucking years get out of fucking bed to listen to a technical death metal song, but the other day, listened to a technical death metal song. I did. Now, fucking guttural vocals do fuck all squared for me. Don't think it's fucking cool. Don't think it makes you the big man. Quite the opposite, if anything. And when there's just that much fucking mad guitar shit going on, how are you going to appreciate the really mad shit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Does that
you
make
need
sense?
dynamics. Yeah.
You know, fucking took the words out of my mouth. You need fucking dynamics. And these boys, not really. So the band is called R.A.P. And I don't know if I'm encouraging you to go and listen to the whole album because, as I say, what is this music called? Technical death metal. Or did they call it deathcore? No, I think it's technical death metal.
Genres
If
are
you
a
get
grey
the
area.
answers on a fucking postcard, okay? I'm pretty sure it's technical death metal, but there's something about the way the vocals are put together and the way they write their songs, and it's really, really fucking bonkers. Like, it's just oral absolute chaos. Like, there's so much going on. Like, so much. They're fucking... So the best way to experience this, I think, is to look up the guitar playthrough they did for Gear Gods. So you can watch the two guitarists, but like they're both playing on 8 strings and they're like fucking, you know, hybrid picking, so fingers and pick, but they're picking triplets and fucking picking out chord notes, and there's bass players doing fucking sweep runs and everything, and the vocals, as I say, they're those horrible fucking death metal gargles, but the way your man puts them out there as a pattern, as like a like, it's fucking really, really bonkers. And I would never send you off to listen to something that isn't at least fucking interesting
Or heavy.
Well, I would send you to listen to some stuff that isn't heavy, don't get me wrong, but
Oh,
this is really heavy, and it's definitely too heavy to be listening to on the reg. But check it out. Look, check out the guitar playthrough video and fucking tell me if you're not impressed with what these guys can fucking do.
That's an interesting...
Even if it's not your fucking scene, because it's certainly not mine. I'm just shouting about because I was fucking blown away by the technicality. I really was.
There's a topic there, fucking, for another time. Bands you can't listen to on the reg.
Bands you can't listen to on the reg. Man, that's a fucking...
Especially because there's a lot of heavy shit out there you can't be listening to.
No.
And other shit,
not.
like, you can't be listening to fucking R.A.M. or fucking...
No, I think you're right.
Play on the reg.
Yeah. Or like any of the really fucking shoegazy stuff, like, even though it's genius, like, you'd be halfway through a My Bloody Valentine record and it's just like,
Slit your wrist.
where am I? So maybe I will
Smear the mascara off.
compile lists of fucking bands you can't listen to on the reg.
Top 10.
Top 10 bands you can't listen to on the reg. We'll have to come up with a better fucking name for it though.
Why? It's money. Stop.
It's that. Well, I think the name's money, but it might be a bit fucking. It might be money, but it's definitely very newy. Like, let me see. So we're moving down the list. What do you want to do? Do you want to do a deep dive, or do you want to talk about something mad?
Go for something mad.
Okay, so one of the other mad things that I have on my list here is Ginger Wildheart. His new band. You know Ginger Wildheart, my fucking idol.
Yes.
The Wildheart's my favourite band. I'm not sure if I ever bring it up, but I'll certainly try and do that more often. His new band is like a horrible fucking noise, grindcore, fucking anarcho-punk, fucking chaos racket band called Mutation. And they're playing in the Empire in November. Support from a local band called the NASA Assassins, who have got such a cool name that I'm not sure how we haven't heard of them.
Keep talking. I think I do.
Have you heard of them? Well, look, the reason that I fucking really heard about this is because my mum, shout out Sharon, actually works with a guy who's in the NASA Assassins. So I actually had the inside scoop on this Mutation gig going on before it was officially announced. Holla. But what are you looking at? Oh, look at him. He has a fucking... How does he do this? He's just pulled out a fucking NASA Assassin flyer from a zombie-themed Halloween bash where fancy dress was optional, but I hope you took part.
I had kiss makeup on.
Perfect. That's literally perfect. I was expecting you to let me down there, to tell you the truth. Well, that's fucking awesome. So look, we'll have to get...
Do you know, I pulled... When I found that Turbo Wolf sticker for you yesterday, I goes, oh, I haven't seen this leaflet, that's mad. So I held on to it and started throwing it out.
That's weird.
Perfecto.
So they're playing their album, the most recent album. Okay, so they've had 3 albums, Mutation, okay? The first one's called Frankenstein Effect. It's crazy. The second one's called Error 505. It's literally fucking unlistenable, I think. Like, it does not... It's the one thing I think Ginger's ever done that's left me completely cold. Like, I just can't... It's so impenetrable and about
just
noise.
Just thinking that, in 2 years since seeing that band in some random Halloween fucking show, they're now backing up
a pretty fucking legendary rock musician, I know. So we'll have to find out more about those guys.
I have to send them, and like, that was pretty cool.
So I'm just saying they're playing. Anybody likes really, really, really fucking mad music, the description that I tried to give it there. Like, give you an example. One of their songs is called, is this Lively Boy or is it Grunt Whore? And Ginger's whole concept of writing it was he was standing in a
Grunt Whore?
Grunt Whore. He was standing in a record shop and he could hear two songs playing at once. So he wanted to write one song that sounded like that.
Okay.
You know, he's a punk and he's a fucking visionary. Like, so.
Vanity project or?
No. Far from it. Because as you know, Ginger's obviously, like, the man has mental health issues, struggles, fucking depression and whatnot. So I think that Mutation is the best thing that ever happened to him because it's an outlet for all of his fucking destructive, crazy fucking urges. They do all their press photos with fishnet tights over their heads. They're fucking, like, it's going to be absolute chaos when they're on the road.
Expecting like all craft work.
The drummer is a dude called Denzel who's worked with Ginger before. He's incredibly talented, a really, really sick drummer. And then it's Scott Lee Andrews from Exit International. I don't know if you know Exit International. They were a band who were two bass players and a drummer playing the most sort of fucked up punk with the weirdest pop bent ever.
So that's a mix.
We will. We definitely have to fucking talk about Exit International at some point. They were fucking awesome.
Added to the book.
Yeah, it's going down in Big D's Big Book, so we'll be talking about that.
Big D's.
I'm trying to keep track of all the topics that we're talking about today, but it's fucking hard because I keep forgetting.
It's good, like.
But like the setup they're going to go for in Mutation, right? Because Exit International was, as I say, two bass players, a drummer, okay, a dual frontman setup, and for Mutation,
Often conflicting to listen to.
For Mutation, they're going to make it Ginger and Scott Lee Andrews from Exit International both playing baritones and drums, just to do something completely fucking different and heavy and fucking. I think it's going to sound bonkers.
So when's did you know? Or
don't know the date.
Okay.
Do not know the date off the top of my head.
Something to look forward to.
Fucking
Anyway.
not sure I'm going to get to be able to go to it, but I'm fucking obviously going to try hard as fuck, like. Because I don't know how I'm going to look at myself come Christmas if I'm like, I've been to Ibiza and I didn't see Ginger when he came past with his new band. But as I say, Mutations are great. Like, I feel like he's really enjoying himself in it because it's a good outlet for all the shit that's going on in his head. And it's Scott Lee Andrews that sort of suffers from the same difficulties. So the two of them got together in a caravan and made all these demos. And that became Dark Black, which is Mutation 3, which is the best of the three for my money. It's really crazy. I'll play you a tune from it after we're done recording.
Yep.
But there's one where the chorus is "Fuck off, you cunt, you are an irritant. Fuck off, you cunt, you are an irritant," and then repeats. So you know what I mean? Like
when you say that in your accent, it sounds very homely.
No, definitely not homely, man. But that's what they're up to. That's gonna be a fucking good night. I would love to go to that. I just don't know that I definitely can. I will be doing my very, very fucking best. But that's really all I have to say about that. If you like really, 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 really fucked up music, Mutation, definitely one for you to check out. Check out the really mad one is called Error 505. The first album's called The Frankenstein Effect, and the third one is called Dark Black, and that's the one that I feel to be their most
accessible.
Only accessible from the sense that I like it the most, but
right.
Like that's not to say that this is accessible. It's simply not. Like,
what would be for anyone interested in checking out? Someone like me,
probably like none of it is accessible. Like it's their most accessible is either the Frankenstein Effect or Dark Black. But as I say, Arrow 505 is when Ginger just got to indulge all of his noise rock fantasies from like Marky Smith from The Fall, who's like a known fucking noise punk dude, like, and all these guests, people I don't really know of because I don't really fucking listen to music in those circles of that madness. So
you know enough at this point.
Yeah, well, I just know from fucking being exposed to Ginger and him talking about them that much. But Mutation's cool. It's sort of clicked for me now with that third album. It's my favourite. If you trust my word, go for that one. But go with God when it comes to Mutation. Okay, that's all I can really say. Okay, so let me see what else mad do I have down here. Well, not that this is mad, but there's a new EP out called Rise from a band called RSO. Know anything about them?
Nope. Tell me.
RSO is
I'm all metal. You know this.
Richie Sambora from Bon Jovi
Oh.
and his new squeeze Orianthe, who was the guitar player in Michael Jackson's band at the time of This Is It.
The blonde woman.
Yes.
Oh, she was.
Are you aware of Orianthe?
I'm aware of her. Yes, I'm sorry, I only know of the blonde girl.
But her
guitarist,
solo
but
career.
not her solo stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, you are in for a treat after this show because I'm going to play. She has a song called According to You, right? And it's just this perfect fucking Kelly Clarkson pop song about fucking a boyfriend, you know, that's obviously gone wrong. And like, it's just, you know, it could be any number of fucking songs, you know, that you hear on the radio. But then there's a blazing fucking solo in it. Like, it's fucking crazy.
It's their talk box.
No, but she also has a tune on that album with Steve Vai. So, you know what I mean? This is the level this girl's playing at. So they're
seen her
together
play
now.
with Slash.
They're a couple.
I've seen her play with Slash
She
once.
played with Slash. She was in the Alice Cooper band for a
Because
while.
I got confused. People kept sending me different links, and you put on the background, and because of the playing and because of what she looks like, I thought it was Lita Ford. And I was like,
Right.
Jesus, Lita Ford's looking well. I was like, no.
No, she's an absolute fox.
She is
but
though
that's
still.
going to be really, I think, really bluesy and earthy. And she's been in his band now for a while, and they were great playing Download, the highlights where they played Stranger in This Town. Great Richie solo tune.
The one that you were at, or just in
No,
general?
no, this is one unfortunately the year after. I think I stopped going, and so that EP will be good. Definitely gonna have to get that. New Darkness album's out on Friday.
Oh, there you go.
Fucking how exciting is that? Like, I mean, my favorite band in the world putting out a new album. I've heard one of the singles. Do you know what it was? I was listening to it and fucking got interrupted in the middle of it, and I won't
You
go
haven't
back
gone
to it
back,
now
yeah.
until I get the album, because that was
You have a ritual when it comes to albums.
I have to listen to them all, like, you know, and I don't really like listening to singles, when there's no context around it. So
My excuse is if there's a music video for a new track coming out, I will watch the music video.
yeah, you fucking
If the song,
will definitely do that.
If the track is just dropped, I'm kind of just more reserved to listen to everything going, because then sometimes a band will drop a track, and then by the time the album comes out, the mix is a wee bit different. I don't like that because I'm so used to hearing the one mix. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So-
well, you're a stickler for detail like that in the way that I wouldn't be, but
I'm a wee dick. It comes with-
hopefully that none of that shit happens to me with the Darkness.
But there's one good thing I like about it. When a new track does come out, I will chance it and then adjust the phone settings for listening to it. So then when
Okay.
the album drops, I've got everything set.
I thankfully have grown out of my fucking phase of fiddling like fuck with my EQ settings. That was
I can't have the same settings for when
yeah,
Justice
but
comes
now
on
I just
and-
have the settings that I like. Obviously VLC player won't fucking save them. Shout out to fucking anybody in fucking tech supported VLC media. Can you fucking get me a way that I could save my settings, that I don't have to put them into the EQ every single fucking time? That would be brilliant. Thanks, Dónal, 7 Conor Drive Newry.
While we're on the subject, can YouTube do that fucking thing everyone wants where we can close it down and we can still
Apparently
hear the
that's
fucking
possible as it is. I don't know. We'll need to Google that
thing?
shit.
Fuck that.
Bullshit,
I've tried it.
There's a new album on the way from the Marmosettes. You better fucking believe that when that comes out, which I think is this month. It is October now, right? It is. It must be. You better believe when that drops, I'll do a deep dive on that.
Well, unless something really amazing drops in the first week or two of December, we'll be doing our roundups of this year in late November. So,
And I
will it be
say
a contender in something like that, do you think?
in one of these, I think Marmosette's Turbo Wolf, Darkness,
We'll have to-
Mastodon, While She Sleeps will probably make up my top 5 albums of the year. But 3 of those I haven't heard yet. There's an album
We may have to extend ours to maybe top 20. To be
There's
fair.
an
2
album
parts.
I've just received, the Bronx 5. The Bronx are one of my favorite fucking punk bands. I haven't digested it enough to go a deep dive. I
Yeah.
will tell you this for fucking free though. Their last album, The Bronx 4, they don't name their albums. Fuckers, does my head in, trying to organise.
What, like
But
Zeppelin?
yeah, it was like that, but they just their last album is one of the best examples of fucking punk rock music I think that there has been, like, maybe full stop, but definitely last 20 years. It is stunning. There's a song on it called Style Over Everything. Mental. Up there with Let Live. You remember how much I fucking told you Let
holy
Live?
fuck.
This band possibly even greater. Right, quick story. The Bronx came out on stage, okay, in the Limelight in Belfast, the way it's currently set up, okay?
Oh, so it's a change.
So
Fuck.
the Bronx were fucking on one side, and this band called Torch. I don't know if you're aware of Torch with an E. They're like an alternative sludge band, and it's kind of have like poppy bits. So they were
just
playing
a few moments,
in the far side, so they were playing, Limelight 1.
Yeah.
And then me and my cousin were like, he was like Torch, I was like Bronx, and then it was like, so we got tickets for Bronx, and then they mashed it into a co-headline. Boom, baby! Basically, free ticket to see Torch. So awesome night. Torch were really awesome and had a real stonery psychedelic vibe, and that was very cool. But it couldn't have been any more different than when the energy fucking ripped in. Bronx hit the stage, fucking hit. I was so fucking punk rock. He came straight out, straight off the stage, straight into the mosh pit, and did the whole show from the mosh pit. Stood there with the mic, and that was that.
Fucking boom.
That was so fucking rock and roll. So we'll deep dive the fuck out of their album for you next podcast. Heard it so far, and I have to say, although Matt's vocals sound like they're literally better than they've ever fucking been when they're clean, I'm hearing a lot of distortion on them in the random listens, and I've had to play it on shuffle on fucking Spotify because I broke this month and I can't get myself a copy, and I'm raging that I missed out on signed copies from Pledge Music. If I only had have known, that would have been 16 quid guaranteed from the big man to the Bronx. Definite deep dive next time. Bronx, Marmosettes hopefully is out by the time I get back. We'll not be recording. It definitely won't be an episode for 3 weeks, unfortunately, from my side of things.
Yeah, it could be, but at this point, it gives us more time.
Are we doing the monthly? Or are we?
Wherever we feel like it.
Now, bear in mind that we didn't start. Like, how long was it between the first and second? First one was in March. Second one was in like July. Is that right?
Yeah, we waited a while.
But has it been once a month since?
Yeah, I
think if we're doing this monthly, we're not doing too bad.
We've moved studios,
given how much we fucking pack in.
True.
So I think that's pretty much my list of shit covered, man. Queens of the Stone Age album. I don't know if you want me to fucking deep dive on this, but it's very, very, very good. I really, really like
the opening track that you showed me was fucking brilliant.
Feet Don't Fail Me Now. Yeah. That real Zeppelin-y fucking trampled underfoot vibe. I really love The Way You Used to Do, the single. Really, really like that. Head Like a Haunted House is probably my favourite. But I also love then Evil Has Landed. And have you seen there's an acoustic version online of Domesticated Animals?
No.
And so it's them all with acoustic guitars. The drummer literally just has like a shaker or a maraca, but full electric keyboard setup, so they still plays a really dirty, distorted bass line. So
that's pretty cool.
It's really cool, and it's just, Queens of Stone Age have become like one of the world's most interesting rock bands.
Yeah.
They're certainly not this kind of metal band that they used to be.
Yeah.
So don't be expecting much bite, and don't be expecting anywhere near as much darkness as Like Clockwork. Like Clockwork, I fucking loved, and I think I still love it, certainly more than this new record. But it's been a welcome addition this year. I mean, we've had stuff that's fucking been ripping this year, so it's cool to have something, but it's so funky. Mark Ronson producing is really interesting.
We've got time as well to pick up anything we maybe have left off, or maybe like there's other things. I can't even believe that I haven't even sat down to do a whole thing about the new Metallica and new Megadeth albums. You know what I mean?
Like the most recent ones.
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff in that there I could easily cover, but I don't want to completely cover.
You see, the problem that we're going to have there is we could.
I would sit here emotional wreck.
We could collaborate. We could collab, no doubt, me and you on a fucking big feature about Megadeth's Dystopia. No doubt.
Fucking brilliant.
We could fucking deep dive that shit.
Not a bother.
But what way do you think Hardwired podcast would go, given that you love it and I hate it?
I think do a debate version or something. I don't know.
Or I'll just 20 minutes to state our case.
I don't mind. I don't mind sitting here going, right, okay, quick fire, or I could just sit here for half an hour being all great about it and then flip it over to you for half an hour, rip it the fuck. I don't mind.
I don't know. Well, I already wrote a fucking blog about it, so 5 things to listen to other than the new Metallica album. That was cheeky.
I don't mind.
But I had to do something. I was fucking crazy disappointed.
But it's, I mean, like, we've got enough time now to pick up on some stuff that we've put aside.
Or stuff that was happening before we kickstarted this whole podcast and process.
Yeah.
Because obviously there was fucking cool stuff coming out last year. Like,
yeah,
there's always cool stuff coming out.
Well,
always.
We've covered enough over the last few ones with albums, and we did do a list up on. Well, that was a wee bit different. That was over the last 10 years, the underrated albums. Top 10.
So I'll try and contribute some shit to that, because I mean, I'll sit down and I'll think about it, but like I'm thinking underrated guitarists. You're gonna have your Ritzy Sambora is gonna be in there, like for sheer pop rock fucking simplicity and perfection, but still somehow wailing. Bon Jovi's music is good source of those sort of solos. John Norum from Europe. That solo in Final Countdown is a fucking ripper.
Wow, I'm so surprised. Went to see Europe a couple of years ago. I think it was Europe and Black Star Riders.
And were they fucking awesome?
Far better than I thought they were.
Last
Look at Eden.
Last Look
really fucking
at
cool.
Eden. What a song. One last look at Eden. Fucking, that actually is such a tune. Those two albums, their two comeback albums, are really, really great earthy blues rock. I'm big into that shit.
But surprise, I thought they were just the fucking Final Countdown lads.
Yeah, you definitely do. But once you explore, you realise. So in my underrated guitarists, we'll also probably definitely have Wes Borland.
Yes.
From Limp Bizkit. And then I don't know. We keep some more under wraps and we think about it. Don't want to obviously name any fucking hyper shredders in there. But maybe some are still underrated. I'll have to consider it. I'll have to consider a wide range of factors. Context.
You need a blackboard.
Popularity.
That's what I need.
Timing. Yeah, I need fucking corkboard, strings.
No, I'm thinking like
arrows.
I'm thinking NFL coach with the fucking blackboard and
pushing it about.
Working it out.
What we really need is like a big, like a TV that Sky Sports have. Where you can pause, fast forward, circle things, zoom in. Someday in the Red Acre studio. Someday.
It's gonna be great.
Well, look, this was really fun.
Yeah,
we will be definitely doing it again soon.
I think we're fucking well what we covered, and definitely keep an eye out because there's so many bands come to mind now for like Pantera. I didn't even mention what we can cover for these top 10 lists for Spotify.
I really only think of good ideas for this podcast
when we're on
while
here.
we're recording this podcast.
At least we have it recorded.
Where I'm not able to write them down.
You can always listen back.
Like everyone else can. Always listen back, but it's like so much of yourself is enough. I don't know. I never listened to a whole episode. I've never listened to a whole episode of Red Acre.
I don't have to, no.
Duck in and out for sections to see what.
Yeah.
Make sure you're fucking editing it right. Make sure the quality's sweet. But I don't listen back to full episodes. These are fucking
one take daily.
One take daily. Fuck. Definitely wasn't one take when I was trying to produce that video.
But again, we're working at kinks. That's all it is.
Yeah, just fucking. But at least we're trying shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're trying this new shit. We're going to try and bring you video content.
Yeah.
Maybe
when it's ready.
Maybe we bit off more than we could chew first left. But as I often like to quote when anybody ever asks me about the long talked about series of Buzz video podcasts, I got vision out the butt, so just go with it. And if that's not the sickest School of Rock reference you hear today, you are hanging out with the wrong kind of people. They're obsessed with School of Rock and you need to get away from them. You need to get help now.
While it's before it's late.
Listen, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in to the Red Acre. If you stay with us this long, I'm truly, truly sorry that you have nothing better to do with your life. But we will be back. As I say, we think we're settling into a monthly rhythm.
Yeah,
we'll try and do that. But we're going to try and fucking push the social channels and try and provide you with a bit more fucking stuff to look at and some more interesting shit that you have maybe not heard of, which is always good. You know what I mean? Like when you're listening to a podcast, you want to get new information. You want to get, you want to get your ideas challenged. Like people come on here think we're gonna fucking suck Megadeth's dick, and then I'll be like, sorry, suck Metallica's dick, and I'll have like, no, Hardwired's a piece of shit. So controversial opinions, new bands, fucking charming, witty banter, all here this month and next month on a Red Acre Music Podcast. Thank you very much. Good night.
Good night.